My dear friend, let me tell you a story about the power of now. It's a tale of a traveler named Marcus, a man much like you and me, caught between the pull of the past and the promises of tomorrow, until one extraordinary day changed everything. Marcus was a wanderer. He loved exploring new places, meeting new people, and collecting stories. But beneath his adventurous spirit, there was an ache he couldn't shake. His mind was a battlefield, constantly torn between regrets of what had been and worries about what might come. One day, his travels led him to a small, forgotten village, perched on the edge of a sprawling desert. The villagers spoke of an ancient sage who lived in the heart of the dunes, a man said to hold the secret to life's greatest mysteries. Intrigued, Marcus decided to find him. The journey through the desert was grueling. The sun was relentless, the wind carried whispers of doubt, and the sand seemed to stretch endlessly. But Marcus pressed on, driven by the hope of answers. At last he came upon a small oasis. Beneath a solitary tree sat an old man, his face weathered but serene, his eyes sharp and alive.
"You've come a long way," the sage said, as if he'd been expecting Marcus.
"I'm searching for the secret to peace, to happiness," Marcus replied. "I'm haunted by my past and anxious about my future. How do I find balance?" The sage chuckled softly. "The past and the future, two thieves that steal from the present." He gestured for Marcus to sit and began his tale. "Long ago," the sage said, "there was a farmer named Elias. Elias was a hard worker, but he was always distracted. He spent his mornings lamenting the harvests that failed and his evenings fretting about the storms that might ruin his crops. One day, a wise traveler gifted Elias a peculiar watch. "This watch is special," the traveler explained. "It has no numbers, no hands. It only marks one moment. Now." Marcus leaned in, captivated. "The watch transformed Elias's life," the sage continued. He realized that worrying about the past and the future was like trying to plow fields that didn't exist. The only land he could till was the ground beneath his feet. The only time he could sow was the present. So Elias began to focus entirely on what he could do today. And you know what happened? "What?" Marcus asked eagerly. His fields flourished, his relationships deepened, and he found a happiness that no storm or drought could take away. You see, Marcus, the present moment holds all the power. It's where we make decisions, take action, and shape our lives. Marcus frowned. "That sounds wonderful, but it's not easy. How do I let go of my past? How do I stop worrying about my future?" The sage smiled knowingly. Letting go is not about forgetting. It's about accepting. The past is a teacher, not a prison. The future is a canvas, not a cage. But neither can be lived in. All you have, all you've ever had is now. It's not easy, but it is simple. Start small. Focus on the next step, the next breath, the next word.
For hours, Marcus and the sage spoke, peeling back the layers of his doubts and fears.
When Marcus finally left the oasis, he carried no grand map or magical talisman, only a simple truth. The present moment is enough. Back in the village, Marcus began to change. He stopped carrying the weight of yesterday's mistakes. He stopped chasing the mirage of tomorrow's promises. Instead, he gave his full attention to the now. He listened more deeply, worked more deliberately, and lived more freely. Over time, his life transformed, not because his circumstances changed, but because he changed. And so, my friend, the question is this: what will you do with your now? The past has already played its part. The future will unfold as it may. But this moment, this fleeting, vibrant, irreplaceable moment, is yours to claim. Will you take the step you've been afraid of? Will you speak the words you've been holding back? Will you finally embrace the power of now? Because as Marcus discovered, the secret to life isn't hidden in the sands of the desert or the pages of tomorrow. It's here, waiting for you, in the only place it's ever been, right now.